Hello, it's Gordon here, and this Facebook Live I've called Don't Just Pass the Buck, Govern Yourself. And it's to do with one of my quote images, which I'll post below this video when I've posted the video, of a trip that I took up to London today, January 22nd, back in 2017. 2 years ago, I was up taking a sunset picture behind Big Ben and the Houses of Parliament. And that led me to create that quote image, don't just pass the buck, govern yourself. Because Big Ben and the Houses of Commons and the Palace of Westminster is the seat of government here in the UK. And it has been for a while, since the 13th century, actually, as it happens. And government is often derided, isn't it? Government is blamed. It's the government's fault. In the media, in conversations, oh, it's the government, oh, the government this, the government that. Now, sometimes it is the government's fault. I mean, the government make decisions, and sometimes those decisions have an impact on either us individually or our family or our friends or our peer group. But because the government is made up of both the group of MPs that won the election and the group of MPs that didn't win the election, whatever decision they make, whatever laws they make, there's going to be people that are happy with it and there's going to be people that are unhappy with it every single time. And what you find is that the people who are happy with it, well, they don't moan, obviously, clearly, and their views don't get publicised because they're not as loud as the people who are unhappy and moaning. So I understand the moaning, but I look at it from 2 points of view. If you're moaning and passing the buck about the government, the first one is, if you're so unhappy about it and you think you could do a better job, why don't you stand for Parliament or stand for government or take part in the government or running of society? It might be an odd idea, but why not? The way our democracy is structured, I'm going to say in the West, but particularly here in the UK, because obviously that's where I am, pretty much anyone can take part in forming and running how society works by taking part in that democratic and governmental process. So it's actually a reasonable argument to say, well, if you're so unhappy about it, if you think you could do a better job, why don't you take part and do a better job? Now, not everyone wants to take part in government of any type or running society, and that's okay. That doesn't make you wrong. That doesn't make you bad. But the other side of moaning about government in general is this passing the buck idea, that actually, is it the government's fault, or what responsibility is down to you personally? Because you might have remembered or noticed, I talk a lot about personal responsibility and accepting personal responsibility and taking it on yourself, looking at your own thoughts, ideas, words and actions and the results that bring before, or maybe as well as looking at the actions of others, i.e. the government. So in those 5 key areas of life that I talk about, health, wealth, career, relationships and lifestyle, who governs your life? Do you let other people govern your life? Whether that is friends, family, work colleagues, society immediately around you in general. Do you let those people govern your life in those key areas? And when you let them govern your life, do you then moan about it and pass the buck to them? Whereas in fact, you could take back control by taking responsibility for your own actions and what you do. Because one thing, surely, most of us, if not all of us, can do is govern ourselves. So that then, once we're on that foundation of governing ourselves by taking personal responsibility, when we're moaning at the government or blaming the government, that's less a case of passing the buck and maybe saying, well, that isn't done the way I'd like it, I think it could be done better, etc., etc., etc. So you're contributing and voicing opinions about the way something could be better rather than just passing the buck. Can you see the difference? It's a key point, and it's based on one of my favourites, taking personal responsibility. So let me know what you think in those key areas. Could it be that you've been passing the buck a little bit too much and expecting or letting other people do everything for you, whereas in fact it's about time you started doing it a little bit more for yourself, by yourself? Let me know what you think. And as I say, I'll post that quote image of the sunset behind Big Ben at the Houses of Commons. I'll post that under this video once I've posted the video. And by the way, if you'd like to know a little bit more about how you can take personal responsibility, because a lot of people say, well, I don't know. I don't know what to do, because that's one of the reasons a lot of people don't take responsibility for their actions, because they don't know what action to take next. Or they can get a bit overwhelmed by it, or they think, I can't do it, I don't know how to. Well, that can be helped immensely by following my 8-step goal achievement formula. And you can find out more about that over at my Transform Your Life Now program, transformyourlifenow.com. So, signing off for now. Hope all is well with you. Let me know what you think. If you like that point I make, do hit the like button. I'd appreciate that. Do leave a comment. I'd appreciate that as well, because that helps me put the message out more by telling Facebook to show the video to more people. So I'd appreciate that. Wishing you as ever health and happiness, and I'll speak to you again soon.